It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It is the 5th day of September in the year of our Lord Hello Kitty, patron saint of merchandising. And it is I, your grumpy guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet nonsense that is the inexperienced OGGM, joined by Steve the Cat as always. And it's Tuesday. And on Tuesday, we look at toys. Specifically, we look at Games Workshop toys, and oh wow, looks like Games Workshop has a lot of new stuff for us to look at after the big preview weekend they had, Nova, whatever that was. They had a big event over the weekend in Games Workshop land, and they premiered a whole bunch of new figures. So let's see how many of them we've never seen before. So I see a bunch of articles we didn't look at last week. I don't even know where to start. There's so many new things. So let's just start with the previews. So we've got some Blood Bowl previews, it looks like. And we've got a ton of stuff for normal Warhammer, both types, though mostly it looks like Warhammer Fantasy. Let's start with Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl doesn't get enough love. So we got 2 new teams coming out for Blood Bowl. We've got vampire teams, it looks like. Here's a vampire with... I guess it's supposed to be a cybernetic vampire because he's got like something metal in his lower torso. And again, we see the reoccurring theme of lack of feet. I know one token Warhammer player, and I asked them about the feet thing, and they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. So either they've never noticed the fact that most of the Warhammer doesn't seem to have feet, or they were just, like, this is stupid. Why are we talking about this? Or they actually did not know. But yeah, anyway, so we got this vampire, and then we got this vampire, and because vampires can be any other species, this one I guess is a vampire pirate. And this looks like this is a new captain. Her name is Karina von Ries. Get it, von Ries, because she rose for the dead. Haha. Okay. And then here is another vampire wearing glasses, Blood Bowl champion. So it looks like we got a couple new Blood Bowl champions for vampires. Then we got Nurgles, some new Nurgle teams for Blood Bowl. Interesting looking. I can't tell if this is a drawing or a painting. Considering the level of detail and shading on the goo, I'm thinking this is a painting. But it's Blood Bowl, so maybe, it's Warhammer. Maybe somebody is that talented to make this look this good, but I don't know. This almost looks painting, not real. This is definitely a painting. He's giving a flower to this leaf because he is a Nurgle. He doesn't know the difference. These are definitely figures. I think rhinoceros Nurgling, and the bell hanging from his couple bells hanging from his antlers. Not sure what's going on here, but interesting. And then another little Nurgling comic. And then some new Nurgling star players. I like this guy. He's got a little friend. So we got some new Nurglings. Now let's go down and look what's new for from the preview. And boy, we got a lot of new stuff from the preview. So let's see going on. We got whoever this is, the Ferencian Transform. These are Warhammer, the House of Heresy bad guys. Whoa, hello. Wow. Okay, so 4 arms, tail, wings. What is this? Is it a vampire? A demon? A fallen angel? I'm going to say demon. There's a lot going on with this gentleman, including the lack of eggs. And there's eyes in his tail. The feathering this guy did is amazing, whoever painted this. So this is a new dude. He is somebody who achieved an apotheosis with the Slaanesh. And he is a demon Primarch. Okay, so he is a new bad guy in the Warhammer House of Heresy storyline. And then we have this is Elisa Duchard. I guess she's a good guy. Oh, she's definitely a good guy. Look at this. She's riding on a unicorn. She's wearing a white dress and she's holding up a font of healing. This is, like, super good guy. Definitely. And she's not wearing shoes. Okay, yeah, definitely super good guy. The flowers are a nice touch. And then here's some alternate takes and how she looked in the old days. So this is an update on an older figure. This is how she looked, back when and back in the 90s. And now this is how she looks today. Look at her looking all kick-ass on her unicorn. Another preview, we've got Deep Skin. These are Warhammer Underworlds. Warhammer Underworlds, one of the few Underworld games I've played. Doesn't really tell us a lot about them. Looks very aquatic. What's going on here? Oh, this is interesting. Why aren't all the pages done like this? So yeah, okay. I don't really know what's going on here with the hands. I guess heard the okay, yeah. Interesting choices. And then looks like we got some more. There's always something aquatic going on here. Look at jellyfish. Yeah. And here's a kraken. And then here's that just looks like a normal dude wearing a really weird whatever this thing is on his neck. And then another normal dude with the thing on his neck. And then we got Underwater Girl. This guy's carrying a lantern, which wouldn't work. I mean, I guess it would work underwater. Some new artwork, some new cards. And this is all revealed over the weekend. Yay, new Warhammer toys. Then we've got these guys. I think we just look at these guys. Yeah, these are more members of the new vampire team, including that look cool coffin. That'd be a really cool dungeon dressing. Got some vampire team members for your Blood Bowl team, but it could also be used for just any vampires. There's nothing specifically football-y about these guys, so you could use them as normal vampires. Excuse me. So this is called the Wilder Corpse. This is for Warcry. Looks like some kind of ogre thing going on. Aren't all your pages like this, Games Workshop? All right, so we've got Undead Ogre, or maybe a troll? Maybe troll. And I guess this is supposed to show us that he has a headache because he's got the two pieces of wood squeezing his head together. And then we've got, or maybe these are undead, like some kind of stitched together undead. I don't know. At least they have feet. And it looks like they're trying to give us the impression that these guys are in pain. So undead ogres. I don't know. So many previews, so many new units for you Warhammer guys. This is a Warhammer House of Heresy. We've got a new Stompy mech because we love our Stompy mechs with the big gun hands and the big gun rocket launcher. No actual hands to do any manual fine or gross motor skills, but he doesn't need hands when both his hands are guns. I don't like that design. It's really too top heavy, and I'd rather have hands. I think we've seen these guys. No, here's some. Oh yeah, we've seen these guys before. We saw these guys last week. These are new Iron Jaw orcs. These are definitely multi-function fantasy bad guys. They could be orcs, they could be ogres. We got sort of a lava theme going on here. Interesting color choices. I don't know if I would have gone bright orange. So yes, tons of new stuff. Very exciting time to be a Warhammer 40K player or a Warhammer Fantasy player. Look at this, just pages and pages of new previews out of Nova. We've got new for Warhammer 40K, a new bad guy trolls, I guess, space trolls. These are brutes. And they're part of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Reign of the Brute Dawnbringer series. Even though this says Warhammer 40K, new 40K, these are actually Warhammer Age of Sigmar figures, some type of uber troll giant things. This guy's so huge, his hat is actually a piece of furniture. So he crawled up underneath a Stargate here and then made it a hat. That's supposed to tell you how huge he is, that he's got a piece of stone masonry on top of his head. So definitely an interesting way to display scale. Cool choice on the artist's part. I know most people don't like doing this, but I also noticed that nobody else really in my end of the tabletop role-playing game community does these. And at least I enjoy looking at them. And this is Warhammer 40K, and this is definitely Space Marines. New units for the Space Marines because, of course, you get any close-ups on these guys? This page, he's got this weird one. All right, so standard 40K, standard 40K, standard 40K. Nothing interesting, nothing we haven't seen before. I mean, you can only do so many things with the 40K Imperial Marines. More Marines, more Marines, more Marines, and more Marines. And it looks like we have some new Tyranids coming out too. We saw these guys last week, so this is where we left off last week. So these are more about the new mechanics for the Tyranids and more of the new look for the Tyranids. This sort of Lovecraftian insect look that they're going for, or undead Lovecraftian insect look. Half insect, half mind flayer, half undead, half whatever's going on here. Some variations on the paint. Some of the little units to get that, so we got that little Starship Troopers love going on in there too. And I think I saw another one up here with more information on some of the new. Yeah, here we go. Here's some close-ups, I think, of the new. There he is. So this is one of the new units. Not that great of a close-up. This is a good close-up. You can definitely see the influences on the new design. You got the Lovecraftian mind flare going on. You've got the insect-like carapace going on. You've got the white, almost undead boneness and the sunken chest and stuff to give you sort of that vaguely even more otherworldly. Is he wearing tentacle armor? And then the multiple limbs with the little nod to Starship Troopers in there too. So definitely, the choices in the color palette for whoever's painting the Tyranids definitely gives you that. These are undead. These are also bugs. These are also Lovecraftian, but it looks like they're trying to shy away from the insect and focus more on the just otherworldly, alien, undead, Lovecraftian feel about them. At least that one, this individual's color choices, it's like, well, this bone white, that's undead. And, you can definitely see the undead influences. You can definitely see the little Starship Trooper insect homages in there. And then, of course, the main focus being the sort of otherworldly mind flayer Lovecraftian, just these are the worst nightmares out there in the universe. They're sucking your brains and whatever else it is that Tyranids do. Look at me talking about Warhammer like I know what I'm talking about. And that's it for the news this week. Yay! 15 minutes of Warhammer. I hope you guys appreciate this. If you don't, that's fine. I just, I know I'm the only one in my small little corner of the tabletop role-playing game universe that's actually covering Warhammer, and I'm sure there are Warhammer fans out there who would like to know what's new from Warhammer. If you're lucky enough to live in a city that has a Games Workshop, head on down to your local Games Workshop and check out the new stuff and ask about getting into Warhammer. And then ask about taking out a mortgage on your home, because that's how much it's going to cost you to get into Warhammer. Till next time, I'm the OGGM. If you appreciate this nonsense, please let me know. If you don't appreciate this nonsense, please let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, do yourself a favor and subscribe to the OGGM Adventures. See ya next time, Warhammer fans.